All right, we're back for practice number 7. Brian Howell from Buff Zone, Chase Howell from Buff Stampede filling in for Adam Munster Tiger, who's out today. And we want to clear something up right away. No relation here.
No relation.
Yeah.
That we know of.
That we know of. And, you know, it just happened to be 2 Howells that cover the Buffs. So I've been asked about that in the past. But no relation here. But Chase, we're going to talk about the Buffs a little bit. And practice number 7 out here today. And, again, we're not allowed to watch, but just kind of going off of the interviews we get and just talking about a few different things. But we were going to talk about some of the newcomers that we've been hearing about during fall camp. And start off with Israel Antoine, the defensive lineman, the freshman defensive lineman, who is just a man. And Coach McIntyre said to me that, you know, barring any unforeseen injury or anything like that, that kid will play. And we've seen already in some highlight videos that the school has posted that he gets in there and plays pretty well.
Yeah, there's been a lot of hype about Israel Antoine really ever since he flipped from Oklahoma State. And McIntyre said back on signing day that he pretty much expects him to play his freshman year, and he's done just that so far in fall camp. We saw a video of him making some plays, and during the open practice he was definitely making some plays. And he's been just as advertised, basically. Yeah,
he really has. Another guy that on signing day McIntyre mentioned he thought would physically be ready is Phillip, the offensive lineman. Frank, though, has been dealing with an ankle injury and has not really practiced much so far in camp, but they're excited about his future. That kid is physically ready to play as long as the ankle's healthy. So it's going to be exciting to see him as well.
Right, yeah. I don't know about this year just because he does look a little bit skinnier than I expected, and with the whole ankle thing, I don't really expect him to play, but there is a lot to like about Phillip.
Yeah. Any other new guys that you want to talk about that you've been hearing a lot about?
I got to go with Jalen Jackson. There was a video posted of him making a big touchdown grab yesterday, and I believe he had a touchdown grab in the scrimmage the day before, and he just keeps on making plays. I was impressed with him during open practice. He's coming off a pretty serious injury, and for him to be this good this early is just impressive.
Yeah, he's one of those guys I don't really know what to expect of because that receiver core is so deep. And a lot of times when you think about him, I've kind of forgotten about Jalen because of the injury thing, but boy, he keeps making plays out there, and he's going to be a lot of fun. Obviously not a newcomer in the sense that he's not brand new to Colorado, but has not played yet. But he's going to be exciting. Another guy that we've seen a little bit on the field, but I keep hearing a lot about, Chase, is Ronnie Blackman, the cornerback. He's not talked a lot about in that competition, but I keep hearing about him, not only corner but punt return, but especially at corner. I hear he's just really good at breaking on the ball, making some plays.
Yeah, he made a really nice interception during the open practice, and we see videos of him making picks, making plays. He can compete at that nickel corner position. I really like him as a punt returner. He's just a versatile cornerback.
Yeah, Mustapha Johnson is another newcomer, not really a younger guy. JUCO transfer, but a new kid that is making some plays as well. So with him and Antoine, the defensive line's getting some new blood in there. What have you heard about Mustapha?
Just that he's going to be ready to play. They really like what he does on the football field. He's smaller than most defensive linemen, but he makes up with it with his strength and his speed, and I think he's going to really help out this defensive line.
Yeah, a lot of really good newcomers, and we don't have a chance to talk about all of them, but Daniel Arias walked by us while we were doing this. That kid's going to be a beast at some point down the road. I don't think really this year, but at some point down the road, that kid's going to be a beast. Chase Newman's another one that the first day of pads the other day, I had 2 different people. I didn't even ask about him, but mentioned how hard he hits and how physical he was and how he made an impression. So there's some guys that are making an impression.
Yeah, he's kind of like Jalen in that we forgot about him because of his injury early, right when he got here. But he was a big-time player coming out of high school, and they're really deep at that position, and they have a lot of young guys at inside linebacker. So we'll see if he can make it on the field, but they've got a lot of talent there, especially compared to last year where they only really had 2 guys in Drew Lewis and Rick Gamboa. Now they could go about 60.
Right. It's really exciting at that inside linebacker position. So that'll do it for us today. We'll be back to talk about practice number 8 tomorrow.